Good evening, ma'am.
Hi, Shabnam. Very good evening. How are you?
Sure, I'm pretty well. Thanks for asking. And what about you, ma'am?
I'm doing good. Thank you for asking. Mumbai, right?
Sure, ma'am. I'm from
Yeah.
Mumbai.
Yes, I know that. Okay, that's great. So, how are your kids? How is everything? We have met before. Yes.
Yes, yes. Did you recognize me, ma'am?
Of course. Why not? I
We had
do.
a demo session together, and at that time, my voice was coarse. I had got a cough and cold and sore throat.
I know.
I thought
I
you might forget.
know. I don't forget my. Uh, Generally, it doesn't happen, but yeah, sometimes it may happen as well. But I don't forget some faces. They are very different, or a different conversation must have taken place that time. That reminds of. And when I saw your name, I quickly reminded of your name, your face, our conversation which we had last time. So I pretty well remember you.
It's
So how
been more
has
than 2 months, I think. It's more than
easy?
2 months when we had our session. Yeah.
Yes, yes, easily. So,
Yeah.
how have you been and how is life treating you?
Yeah, ma'am. I have been good, and everything is as good as can be.
Oh, that's great. Cool. So, let's quickly start with the session. Do you have any questions or shall we directly jump to the topic?
Ma'am, I have one question.
Mhm.
Actually, yesterday I was scrolling the shorts of YouTube, and all of a sudden I saw one video in which there was a lady. I think she is an eminent personality. You must know about her. Uh, Pawar, like which Pawar? I don't remember her name right now, but she was telling in that video that she was holding a book, and that book was 600 of more than 600 of pages, and she was telling uh, tips and tricks how to read a book within a 1 day, and I was quite shocked. Like, how is it possible within a 1 day? Within a 1 day, how can a person read all the books of 600, more than the 600 pages? So I would like to know from your side, is it possible to read this kind of book? Janvi Pawar, her name was Janvi Pawar, and
Mhm.
she's a well-known personality.
Maybe, probably that was the quality wherein she could explain it that how can you read it in 1 day. But to be very frank, I would not enjoy if I finished a book in 1 day. My purpose of reading a book is not just to finish it, but to learn the things. And it depends upon my
Yes.
capacity. I mean, there are some crazy people who actually start some novel and they feel that I just want to finish this. So when they,
Without understanding.
yeah, so I mean, I try to read, enjoy my time with a sip of coffee, or probably, I would like to sit at my comfortable place. I spend time with books. I do not want to make it hurry. I especially take out 1 hour, 2 hours for my books. So I don't believe it that I would be reading it fast. Of course, if you want to complete it, if you have target, like we have exams, in school days, we used to have exams. I used to finish
Mm-hmm.
a whole book in
Exactly.
1 day, whether there are 27 chapters or 32 yearly chapters. And mothers used to get surprised. I was like, "Kaise khatam kar liya?" And bas ho gaya. So in case if you have targeted something, yes, of course you can do it, but I personally don't want to do it. My idea is different, my thinking is different. But if she has said so, probably she has, different tips and tricks that you can finish it while understanding a bit. Or I seriously did not see that video, so I cannot comment
Hmm.
on that. But since you have told me, I would definitely say that what that lady is planning to say. What is her name? Pawar, Janvi Pawar.
Janvi Pawar, yeah. She has uploaded the day before yesterday, I think that's a new video.
So have you seen that video?
Yeah, it was 5 minute video. I was curious to see what she was going to tell in that video. That's why I saw that video.
So what did she tell you in that video? She must have given you the trick.
Yeah, see, she provided 3 tips. Like once you start reading, so define that give deadline to ourselves. Like okay, within the 4 hour, I'm going to read the 300 pages, half of this book, and after that, you can divide. You can divide the times, the pages of the book, And second, she provided a tips like using a pen quickly, like your eyes should be moving behind the pen. So these are the second. This is the second tips, and third tips she gave something which I don't remember right now.
Okay. So it's
Hmm.
just that the way I told you during exam times, I think we used to do this.
Yeah,
De-stress.
exactly. If it is books related to the syllabus, academic study, then it's okay.
Yeah. But otherwise, if you're looking for, see, if you're an avid reader and you enjoy reading, you would not love to finish the books.
Correct, ma'am. Correct.
Unless
I
you are
agree. I
a
agree.
crazy person, like I just said, you are one of the craziest people, who just plans to finish the book, in 2 days, 3 days. Oh, I have 6 books to finish this week. But
Yeah.
I enjoy, and
Exactly.
sometimes the same book I read it twice and thrice if I get enjoyment or plan, or probably, I like. And in case sometimes it happens that when I read some books, I don't understand the concept completely. So I read that chapter 3, 4 times and I try to analyze it at what all things I can take out from here. Sometimes book is trying to say something else, but my mind gives me some other relevance which is definitely of some use, and that is the reason it says human brains, they have so much power that you can't even think of.
Exactly, ma'am. And I have
Right.
seen, ma'am, you seem to have a passion for reading. So is it correct? Like you have a passion for reading. So how did you inculcate this habit in your daily routine? Because
um
for me, it's a hard nut to crack. I'm not a fond of reading, so I usually find very difficult.
First of all, you have to start reading with small context where you have some kind of interest. Like I used to love comics.
Okay.
Okay? I used to love comics, so I started from there. And
Okay.
I used to read a lot of comics during the daytime, because just outside my house there was a bookstall.
Okay.
वो हमारे
Hmm.
ही टेनेंट थे, so he never used to charge us, तो हम बुक ले आते थे, पढ़ते थे, and then we used to return to. So from
Okay.
there I started this reading habit, and I think I'm the only one in my house that who loves reading like anything. And probably that is the reason I don't love traveling. I don't like traveling at all. Even if I travel, I carry a book with me. I do
Always.
not have passion for music. मुझे कुछ म्यूजिक व्यूजिक का भी कोई पैशन नहीं है. Books are my only and only weakness, you can say. Or probably book is the only way that I can enjoy. And second is my, of course, now first is my daughter, second, books. But again, if I get an opportunity, then books are all time favorite. So I am an avid reader, and this actually started long back. I started
Hmm.
reading my interest books. So in case if you have any interest in philosophy, comics, stories, then you can buy some story books and start reading it. In this way, you will start inculcating your habit. Okay, it is
Do you
just a
read
matter
every day, ma'am? Do you read every day?
every day.
How long do you read?
It depends, because I get free at times at 1 a.m. and then I do not have an energy to read. But sometimes, when in the morning classes, let's say if some cancellation is there, definitely I read it, because my first class starts at 5.
Okay.
So, and especially on Sundays, I just love to read, because this is my bookshelf. I have a lot of books here. Lot. Okay. I
And
was
you
just
have
reading
like kind of
book.
library.
Yes.
You have a
I
kind
just
of library.
even my brother, he has he has taken some kind of membership, wherein if you cannot find that book anywhere, you can just write to them and they will send you that book from anywhere, any part of
Okay.
the world.
By courier, they send
Maybe
them.
he gets it and then he provides it to me. So I just get
Oh,
some name, wild name from anywhere. I keep reading some of the other stuff. The moment I get to know, "Arey, this book is good," or people suggest, even on LinkedIn, if you say people suggest, okay, these 5 books, if you have not read, you did not read anything in your life, or you have not experienced anything in your life. So I try to point out those things and I send it to my brother if I'm not able to find it on Amazon, then I take it. Otherwise, I've taken a lot of subscriptions online wherein I can read. Currently I'm reading this Life is an Attitude.
life is an attitude.
Yeah, it's a
Hmm.
small book, but chapters are really interesting. So I was just reading, I think I read it till Eighth chapter is on the way. Create your own future. So I'm here.
Okay. So you must have read plethora of books so far, I believe.
Ah, yeah, you can say that. Yes. And I keep reading them again and again, because I feel
Okay,
that
same book.
sometimes get it. Same book, yeah. If I love it, I there is like a shelf portion wherein all my favorite books are kept on the left and others are, on the right hand side,
Okay,
wherein
so
I
divided.
just for the sake of it, but left hand side, these are
Mm.
all my favorite books. So I start reading them again and again. Then if I am done with reading, then I start writing summarization of some kind of chapter, which I just love it. Or sometimes I create stories so that at least I can give some moral lessons to my daughter. Sometimes I
Mm.
create some fable stories. So she also loves it. Yes, a lot of things are there. If I get time, then I create small presentation for her so that she can understand. So करने को बहुत काम है, right? You just need to find
She
out
will
whether
also she will also have grown to this habit because you are a habituate about reading, so she will also do in the future definitely.
whenever she gets time, she picks up any storybook. Even that storybook is already read. She would read it 7, 8 times. Come, Mama, I'll tell you a story. Come, I will explain you this story. And then she'll try to explain it to me. Now she has got her new books. So she's just reading those books completely now. She's in first standard. So she's reading all the books from, all the chapters, whether it's grammar or poetry or different EVS. Now EVS is also on to the greater scale.
She also might be very fluent in this language. I believe this.
Um, Earlier she was, but I think her school environment is not that good because over here in Punjab, you cannot find like people are too fluent. Of course, we have convent school. She is going to CBSE English school, but I personally feel the teachers were not well equipped till now. Probably from first standard because they go to a different stream, different building. So I'm pretty sure the teachers would be a little bit more good because earlier she used to speak Arabic and then we turned it into English and now she started Hindi. And then in school, people are using different kinds of English, different
Mm.
accents. So, of
Mm.
course, there is a mixed blend, but whenever she's home, she's always with me in my room whenever I take classes. So, she grasped now that accent definitely it's there. Rajma Chawal
Mm.
definitely has become Rajma Chawal. Chawal. She started throwing fake accents, but she has an understanding nature, and immediately she can switch the accent. So that is a good thing.
Mm.
Because I
She
take
has
classes
come
from
across
her.
she has come across so many languages in between this. I feel she's 6 years old.
Yes,
Six
she's
years.
6 plus
Yeah.
now.
So within the 6 years. Yeah.
Yes. And plus, her father knows minimum 12 languages. So again, he
Really?
also, yes, he knows
Oh,
12
the 12
languages.
languages? Oh my god.
Because he has been in Dubai for the past 26 years now. So I started staying in India, but he's still in Dubai. So 6 months he's here, 6 months in Dubai.
Mm-hmm.
So,
That's why he knows all languages.
so whenever they both meet, my husband is very curious that she should know more languages. So even she's also very interested to learn anything new. So that's a good sign, of course.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Your daughter has the grasping power to catch any languages very soon.
Yes, and I think that has come from her father because I never tried to learn any other language actually, because in my time there was no scope of French and Spanish which we have now. Even in schools, if you see, there is one language which is mandatory. You will have to pick one international language nowadays in school, but
Yeah.
in our times it was not like that, and we could have uh, you know we had a dream to learn a new language, but of course we never had any kind of resources. Nowadays you see online resources, everything is open.
Mm.
So I think
Yes.
in my time it was not there, so I couldn't inculcate that habit, and probably that's why I'm blessed with a reading power. So I'm good. So a reading habit is some habit that is very difficult to inculcate, and I think this is the only habit which is very difficult if a person feels
Yeah.
because
Exactly. Especially in my case.
नींद आती है. कई लोग बोलते हैं मुझे पढ़ते पढ़ते नींद आ जाती है. I'm not very much into it. But I think if you read for good 22 days, automatically वो आपके habit में आ जाएगी शबनम. Try it for 22
But
days.
right now for me, it's a like soporific activity. Just you have mentioned really. When I start reading anything, I feel like sleepy. I don't
Hmm.
take any interest in any story book and anything. But still, it's important for in order to achieve a good fluency. So I have to infuse this activity in my daily routine.
Absolutely. And I can see that you're using good words, you're using rich vocabulary, and I'm pretty sure you are making some effort so that you can use them in your sentences in everyday life. See, reading, I personally believe that reading brings three benefits. The very first thing, you can pass your time with knowledge. You know, you are gaining something, and as well as you are passing your time, so you are never wasting your time. So like scrolling social media is a complete waste of time. I personally believe I never go to social media unless it is extremely important or someone tells me to please go and please comment something, then I go. Otherwise, LinkedIn is the only platform wherein I'm active, and apart from that, there's no other platform. I never started scrolling Instagram or TikTok and something. Never, ever, never. Okay, so this is first thing. I personally believe I gain knowledge as well as I'm passing my time in some fruitful activity. Second, I get a lot of vocabulary words, and I get some knowledge of using them in informal speeches and formal speeches. Because nowadays, when I attend meetings with my directors and with different personalities or probably different clients who are outside the country, I know what language can attract people, or what language can make me look good. And of course, it's all about image. You know, whenever you talk to
Yeah.
CEOs and directors, it's all about image. And the third thing, I personally feel, if I have this habit, I can inculcate this habit in my daughter as well. So the third link is like, it has become more important now because I want her to be good in reading. And if she starts reading, she can become, knowledgeable in future, because books can give you a lot of knowledge.
Sure. I will also try to implant this good activity in my daily routine.
So what do you do? How do you spend your days nowadays? I mean, what do you do generally?
Ma'am, I don't know, like you remember my introduction
Yeah.
or not, but let me give you my introduction again. So I'm connecting you with you from Mumbai. Actually, it's a Navi Mumbai, but this is a part of the Mumbai. And by profession, I'm a pharmacist.
Mhm.
Moreover, I'm a full-time trader, mother, and a homemaker as well. So
Mhm.
I like my all day. I feel like I have lots of things on my plate to do because 9 to 3 I have to sit on like in front of my computer regarding the trading purpose. And after that, I take tuitions of my daughters, and other household chores are there. And apart from this, I also give my time to learn this language because I feel I consider myself as an enthusiastic learner. So nowadays, I am working on my communication skills. And for this reason, just I have created a new YouTube channel so that I can connect with so many co-learners. I can do my practice. On the pretext of this, I can do my practice. Only this is
Mhm.
the reason. So I feel I don't have enough time. And whenever I have any time, especially I get time only when I go to the bed for the half hour only, because after half hour, automatically I sleep. So in those half hour, I I like to go on the social media. I like watching reels and shorts. So yeah, this is all about like what I have in my daily routine.
A few things, Shabnam. In that half an hour, not in those half hour,
Okay,
in
in
that
that.
half an hour, in that hour, or at that time. And secondly, it's not chores, household chores.
Okay,
Household
household chores.
chores. It's not chores, right?
All right.
And secondly, you said then after half an hour, I anyways sleep. Okay, so you said slip.
Yeah.
I anyways
Sleep.
yes,
Sleep.
sleep.
I anyway
I
sleep.
anyways
Sleep.
sleep. Okay, so you can simply say this thing because one sentence can be spoken in seven different ways. So you can simply say this thing
Yeah.
that by the time I hit the bed, it's already late, but I still scroll social media for some time, and then I just sleep, or I just dozed off,
Yeah.
or I just doze off. Okay, so you can say these things so that you can communicate in simple present tense also, and you can, you spoke about how do you usually spend your day. Okay. You said you
All
do
right.
trading. You do trading as well.
Yeah, I do trading.
Oh, wow. So you're a professional trader, or you just learn it online and then try to
Actually,
do?
ma'am, I have like I took classes for that, and I have been in this field for the 4 to 5 years. So I personally believe I have a good knowledge about this market. And I
Mhm.
also initially I made some losses in this market, but now it's under control. I have learned risk management, money management, psychology, whatever the aspects related to this field.
Mhm. Mhm.
So yeah.
So, were you
Do you know
interested
anything about
in trading? Yeah, yeah, little bit, not much, because
okay.
my maths is just awesome. I can beat anybody. I'm not very good at maths, trust me. So I don't get into something wherein I can do losses, or I don't believe in profits as well. To be very frank, I believe in karmas. I mean, whatever I'm doing, if I'm getting a straight money, I know I cannot live with batting kind of thing or gambling, because I personally believe trading is gambling. If you
No,
get
ma'am.
it.
Actually, it's categorized in 3 to 4 parts. So we can't say like it's a totally gambling. If we go through the option trading, this is the difference. So we can say like it's a gambling. But whatever I do right now, like investing, long-term investing, we purchase the share for the long term. So this is not a kind of gambling. It's a kind of business we can consider.
I fully
So,
understand, but sometimes, or most of the times, you have this fear. What if the share market is crashed? I'm
but
talking
we
about that
have people
fear.
here in every field. If we do any kind of business, so every time we have
I
associated
mean,
with this fear.
I completely agree with you. I completely agree, because my husband is also interested in trading. My father does trading. He loves it. But
Okay.
I personally feel, I cannot live with this palpitation or with this tension in my mind and heart. अरे, ये नुकसान
Yeah.
क्या होगा? I don't
Somewhere
have
we
that.
have this.
हाँ, है
Exactly.
तो है, नहीं है तो नहीं है. Mine is very straight, and I would not like to kill my mind in that. But you guys are pretty intelligent. I must say, even my father is pretty calculated. My husband can calculate the things very easily. And they think, share or IPOs or mutual funds, or like whatever you said, there are so
Yeah.
many, and there are safe categories as well, like IPOs and
Yeah,
all.
safe categories.
There are safe
Correct.
categories. So he knows about it, but I still believe मेरे लिए दो का दो चार है, but दो का दो 22 समझ में नहीं आता, And I personally feel अगर एक बार मुझे फायदा होगा, I will definitely get into it time and again, and I don't want that. So that's why I
Some
never got.
human beings they are tend to get disturbed easily. They're not easygoing.
Absolutely. And I am a different kind of person. I don't love traveling. I don't love going out. I love meeting people, of course, yes. And since this COVID has started, my life has become more easy, wherein I can connect with a lot of people, different parts of the country as well, not only my city or not only my country. I mean, outside the country as well. But I believe I have a small world, and this world is very beautiful.
Yeah, I
Though
think
I'm
you enjoy in that word only.
Yes. But I'm not living in fantasy world, and I'm not aware what is this real world outside. Whenever I have to go, I go out in events and functions. But I personally am not a social animal. होते हैं ना कुछ लोग social animal नहीं होते हैं. So I personally love to stay, I would not even talk about comfort zone, because I can read anywhere. Station पे भी बैठ के मैं पढ़ सकती हूँ. पार्क में, बस स्टेशन में, कहीं पे भी बैठ के कुछ भी पढ़ सकती हूँ. That is not a
Ma'am, then
problem.
how do you keep yourself updated if you are not socialized? Socialized.
Socialize does not mean that your updation cannot happen. I read new books as well. I read all the latest books that come in market related
Hmm.
with my field. I keep attending some workshops. There are some webinars, seminars. I don't go to YouTube and scroll any unnecessary channel. I've not seen my videos. I've just seen one or two videos of mine with one of the candidates. I've never seen my videos, because I think if I read comments, probably, I will feel bad in case if somebody has bad comment. So I would not digest it. So I just don't read it. And in any ways, I don't want to be famous person. I don't want to be a famous person. So that is a different case. So I don't take care of. But
But
yes,
you
on
are already. But
maybe,
you are
yeah.
already famous.
मे बी बट वो कहते हैं ना, जो नहीं चाहो वो आपको प्लेट में मिल जाएगा, सो दैट इज समथिंग
Correct.
जो
Correct.
पीछे भाग रहे हैं, दे आर नॉट गेटिंग दैट. So I feel God has been very kind to me with everything. And if I want to be updated with my industry standards, I read a lot of magazines. I read a lot of articles. I stay updated on LinkedIn. On LinkedIn, there are so many
Mhm.
posts. There are many things in communication. There
Yeah,
are so many.
newspapers are also there. Newspaper. I think if you
I don't read
newspaper, yeah.
newspaper. I don't read newspaper. Um, um, I don't try to get into something wherein my mental health is disturbed. And nowadays, you see what
Oh,
I mean. News
really.
is also disturbing. So it's not like that. I don't know what is happening around the world. My husband keeps telling me what is happening, what's going on. I keep myself updated with all the policies and the schemes that come. But again, I'm not the one who takes the decision to get into those schemes. But yes, like you said, how do you stay updated? I stay updated in my field with the help of LinkedIn, magazines, different articles, and I have taken the subscription of some places wherein they automatically send me something if new thing comes in industry or trends, like I do it. So I'm pretty sure you are a pharmacist. So I'm pretty sure that you are connected with some magazines wherein all drugs and other information comes up, so that you can get to know that which drug is good in the market. Like, of lately I heard Meftal spas is not good. Meftal
Mhm.
spas, they are banning, or some batch was corrupted,
Yeah.
something
Mm-hmm.
had happened, and I take Meftal
It's a
spas
kind of
whenever.
painkiller. Yeah, it's a kind of
Yes,
painkiller.
but of lately I heard that you should not take it because it will lead to a different disease. Of
Yeah,
lately
many medicines are banned, and as a normal people, they shouldn't use these medicines. But what we can do, most of the time, doctor they are prescribed this kind of medicine, and as a
Hmm.
pharmacist, we can't do anything for this. It's like a doctor responsibility.
Yeah, that is you are saying. But of lately, when I heard this news, I was very surprised because I take Meftal spas. I have been taking it. Uh, I think it has been more than 16 years, more than 15 years. Whenever I used to have cramps, I always used to take Meftal spas. But since I've heard that
I
news,
also
I've
use.
stopped, I've stopped taking it. I was like, no, I can bear this cramp, but I cannot take it. I don't want to die. Obviously.
You can take any alternative of this
Um, I
instead using this.
Yeah, I just try to take some warm water, and in case if it is possible,
Yeah,
then I do some
exactly.
yoga.
Home
I've
remedies are also available.
myself to natural elements like probably tulsi pata. I can take holy basil leaves,
Mm-hmm.
or I can
Mm.
do some yoga, breathing exercise, some pranayam. I've shifted myself to that scale wherein I can naturally heal it because everything is here, right? Everything.
Mm-hmm.
So I try to
We have
heal.
points.
Sorry.
We have points for every points where if you press, then we can get relief of that particular disease.
That acupressure pointers. My
Acupressure. Yeah, correct.
Yeah, my father knows it. My father knows because long back there used to be a magazine, Nirog Dham. There used to be a magazine long time back. My grandma used to read it, and my mother is an allopathy. My mother is a homeopathic doctor. So she always used to
Oh,
suggest please read that book. So somehow I have one or two copies which I have scanned it and kept it with me. Some small articles. So that actually helps me. But आजकल internet में सब कुछ है. The moment you put some asanas and pranayam, you will get the you
exactly,
know
exactly.
pointers and you can get everything. So I
Mhm.
think it's good that we are living in digital world, and we get everything whatever we want. It is just on your tips, but at the same time, too much usage of Google, I think it's not good. Like nowadays, one thing is very famous, Chat GPT. I've heard a lot of
ChatGPT,
people.
yeah, I have heard.
Yes. So this Chat GPT, I was just listening to some minister's statement that person has been asked that do you think it's a danger to us? It's a danger to our society that jobs will not be there in future. So that politician said it's not like that jobs will not be there because there is no machine which can replace any human touch or any human. So that
Exactly.
human work will already be there. Yes, you can reduce your work, but don't try to completely rely on these things. Otherwise, you will become handicapped. Right now,
Hmm.
lot of
I agree.
students, come. They complain that I started Chat GPT. Now I cannot write even a single sentence on my own because I keep going and checking whether this statement is correct or not. This is
Hmm.
right.
Correct, correct. Yeah.
So this. Do
Sometimes I
you?
do the same thing. Sometimes, not always, but sometimes I do.
Of course, this is for your help This is a tool for your help, emergency tool. But people are
Yeah.
not using it as a steering wheel, they are using it as a stepney. चलो अभी कुछ नहीं है, चलो इससे तो काम चल जाएगा, हमारा हर काम
Mm.
निकलेगा. So that is not right. It is an alternative given to you as an emergency help, but it is not required to use it every time.
Sometimes, ma'am, when I write any paragraph and I want to check grammatically correct or not, so at that time I take help of ChatGPT. Just know that grammatically it is correct or not, because in my family there is no one who speaks this language, and I also don't have involvement. So it's not possible every time to ask any tutor. So that's why in those situations I take help of ChatGPT.
In my family, there is no one who speaks this language. And in those situations, I try to use it.
Okay,
Not
in those situations. Hmm.
yes,
In those
singular and
situations.
plural, countable and uncountable. These are the most common mistakes people do in communicating. And you are a good communicator, you have good vocabulary. So I'm pretty sure if you just take care of your simple present tense a bit, with SVS errors, I mean SVA errors, plus your singular and plural, I'm pretty sure you can rock any show. You're a
Sure,
very
ma'am.
good
I will take care of this.
communicator. Today we did not talk about the topic, but yeah, rest of the conversation happened wherein we did our practice, and this half an hour just vanished. I'm pretty sure the call is going to get disconnected.
What
But
time it is? Actually, it's not visible on my screen.
it's 5:32.
Oh my God, 5:32.
Yeah, we started at
We
5.
are out of time. I didn't realize again. Last time we had a conversation, the same thing happened. Again, I didn't realize the time.
Same here. Sometimes it happens, when it is of your interest, you don't realize how many hours, how much time you have already given to that conversation, but it is of your interest. You also start liking. Sometimes it
Exactly.
happens. Okay, so take good care of yourself, Shabnam. Hope to see you again someday. Till then, take good care. All the best.
Of course, ma'am. I'm also
Okay,
looking forward to meeting you again, ma'am.
sure. Take care.
It was
Bye.
it was delightful conversation. Bye, ma'am. Bye.
Take care. Bye.